Hey everybody, what's going on? We are back in Star Trekker today, and today I have 10 tips and tricks I'm going to share for you for the beginner who may be having the same issues that I had when I first started out that I wish I knew when I started the game. There is a steep learning curve, but man, this game is such a blast to play. The first tip I'm going to have for you right now, which may be the obvious one and you can see right now, is use the highways when you can. The highways are debris free, and if you venture off of the highway, then you run the chance of running into a debris field and then damaging your truck and therefore having to get out, repair your truck, costing you valuable time and money and resources. So yeah, stay on the highways when you can. Even if it does take you a couple extra minutes, it's worth the headache in the long haul. And tip number 2 for you guys is those pesky batteries. I know this game just seems like that's all you're doing sometimes is changing out batteries. One big thing you can do is turn off your interior lights. This will save your core batteries from draining as fast as they would with them on. It does make a huge difference and could get you that extra mile that you need to get down the road and buy your extra replacement batteries. All right, my third tip for you guys is all about after you dock into a station and you have your menu that pops up. So you have your initial menu that pops up, and if you accidentally close out of it, you can still get back into it. And this works at the job docks too. All you have to do is come over to airlock and you can click on this and you bring your menu right back up right here. So that way you don't have to undock and then waste fuel to redock again. Now we're on to tip number 4, and this is going to take place while you're in the shop menu. In the beginning part of the game, you actually get some items that you don't need and you can sell for some valuable cash. So of course the fuel canister you need, as well as your fuel cells, your UCC. However, you get to cleaning supplies, that's not needed. So you can sell this. Come over to grow pack, you don't need it. You can sell that, as well as your craft supplies, your data cable, and your workwear carton. You don't need any of that stuff. And that gives us an extra $4,500 right there. And also one thing to look at is if you look at the price next to the item that you're trying to sell, if it's got a red down arrow, 2 red down arrows is better. That means the item is very cheap at the place you're at right now. And if it's got the 2 up arrows like this one does right here, that means it's worth more money at the station that you're at. However, it does also apply to your batteries and stuff when you go to purchase your batteries. As you can see here, the battery is usually at normal price $500, and prices are skyrocketed here, so you're going to pay $555. So pay attention to prices, and you can also get contraband from certain shops, and knowing how to get them at the best price will actually help you get a little extra money on the road as well. So keep an eye out on that. Also, a quick note, anything that you buy in the shop does go into your airlock, so you can pick it up right there. So tip number 5 is going to bring you to the locations of your batteries, UCCs, and air filters. We'll start upstairs. You have 4 air filters. They're all in these compartments. There are 2 on the right hand side, 2 on the left. You do start off with 2 different air filters. 1 on the right, 1 on the left. But you can put up to 4 in here. And if you do get enough money, I would suggest getting extra air filters as you go. So then we'll move on to your suit charger. You open the panel right here, you have a power cell and you have a UCC. To the left of your suit, you have your oxygen generator panel. Up top, you have your power cell, and on the bottom is your UCC. You're looking at your captain chair from the front, and you go to the left, you have your core power hatch. You've got 2 power cells in there. And then on the right hand side, you have your maglock power hatch. You've got 2 power cells in there as well. Now let's go downstairs to the final 2 things I want to show you. Number 1 is going to be your fuse panel. This is where you can turn on and off any of your fuses. If you have issues and a fuse blows, this is where you're going to have to turn it back on at, just so you know. And over here under the stairs is where your gravity access is. There you have your power cell and your UCC. This one, a lot of people seem to have problems finding from the beginning, so I figured I'd throw that in there. So tip number 6 has to do with changing your batteries. I suggest doing it while you're docked at a station, because then you're on their power. So I can remove my gravity power cell here, and I still have gravity because I am on the station's power system right now. However, if we disconnect and we take the power cell out now, you can see we have no gravity. Tip number 7 has to do with batteries with a little bit of power left. As you can see, this one has 9% left. What you can do is put it in one of the slots for either your core power, your mag lock, because you only need one working battery in either of those for it to work, or you could bring it up here to your suit charger and swap it out with the battery in there, and this way you can use all of the battery before you sell it back to the shop. Tip number 8 has to do with free hull repairs prior to reaching 80,000 miles. If you want to repair your hull before 80,000 miles, come to Atlas Prime and come over here to where the Auto Essentials shop is. And right here in this upgrades/service area, you can go inside of there. And once you're inside the shop, you can repair your hull for free. That's right, absolutely free, 100% restoration. Can't beat that. And this is also where you do your upgrades at. Tip number 9 has to do with your map. Not only can you use your map to set waypoints for your jobs, if you're wanting to find out what each city might have as far as stores or jobs or whatever, you can actually zoom in on this map. And if we zoom into Atlas Prime right here, you can see all the icons right around Atlas Prime. In the top right hand corner, you can open up your map key and you can see, you know, gas stations, job boards, traders, and all of that good stuff. One really handy thing that you can see is if you look, there's an icon for security checkpoint. If you're hauling contraband, you want to avoid that jump at all costs, and that way you don't get caught with the contraband. Tip number 10 is a two-parter, and the first part might be pretty obvious, and that is store your stuff inside of your boxes that you have. You can also get the cardboard box from the stores, and that way you can store more stuff if you run out of room. The main reason being is some of the stuff, if you look at the UCC here, you've got warnings on the bottom that says fragile and shock sensitive. These things are super fragile. So right now it's at 100% durability, and just dropping it, that dropped all the way down to 20%. So you can only imagine what's going to happen if you're flying through space and it flies up against the wall or whatever. Keep your stuff inside of storage crates. And the second part of this tip is to put your storage crates on your shelf. And while they're on there, open up the lids, because now if you happen to lose gravity or get into an accident for any reason, they're not going anywhere. Now, this may get fixed in the future. I don't know, but as of now, that is the safest thing you can do. And it keeps from essentially getting smacked in the back of the head while you're driving around. Also super handy if you decide to just not use gravity at all. If you're having troubles keeping power cores in stock, then you can just turn off your gravity. It's really not that big of a deal, and your crates will stay right where they are. Right now I'm going to share a bonus tip with you that I wish I would have known on my initial playthrough, because I died because I ran out of oxygen. I didn't have the money to buy new filters, and so I died. I was almost to the shop and I died. And it sucks because if you're hauling a load, you lose your load, plus you get fined for essentially ditching that load. You have your suit. You can wear your suit and drive your ship at the same time. It's not just for use outside. This could give you that extra oxygen that you need to get you that little extra distance so you can make it to the shop and get to that air filter and hopefully save your life and save you a bunch of money, because it is hard to get out of the hole once you get there. And as always, I truly appreciate each and every one of you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye for now.